Welcome back to your daily pre-market brief for Wednesday, June 17th. Last trading session recap. U.S. stock markets ended with mixed results as the Dow Jones surged to a fresh record high, while tech shares dragged the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq lower. The primary driver of the day was a massive plunge in crude oil prices to a 3-month low. This drop was sparked by a tentative peace agreement between the U.S. and Iran, which is expected to end the ongoing conflict and reopen the Strait of Hormuz to global trade. With energy costs easing, investors rotated heavily into cyclicals and financials, driving the Dow higher. Meanwhile, the mega-cap technology sector took a breather after its recent run. In corporate news, SpaceX dominated headlines by continuing its staggering post-IPO rally, jumping over 10% in early trading to surpass Amazon in market valuation and becoming one of the top 5 largest U.S. companies. The indices, commodities, and general market mood. The S&P 500 fell 0.6% to close at 7,511. The Nasdaq Composite Index dropped 1.2% to end at 26,376. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 0.6% to close at 52,000. Gold edged up 0.1% to close at 4,331. Brent crude plummeted 5.1% to close at 79. Bitcoin fell 1.4% to close at 65,620. The 10-year Treasury Yield dipped 0.9% to end at 4.43%. The Volatility Index rose 1.3% to close at 16.41. Overall, these numbers show a market undergoing a healthy sector rotation rather than a widespread sell-off. The steep drop in oil prices provided relief to inflation concerns, which fueled a rotation out of tech and into traditional industrial sectors. Despite the slight uptick in the VIX, the broader mood remains incredibly bullish, as investors view lower energy costs as a catalyst for future economic growth. Top 10 gainers and losers, filtering out the penny stocks trading under $5. Top 10 gainers. DGICB Donegal Group Inc. Class B surged 30% to 23.7. The finance company soared after reporting record quarterly premium growth and raising its full-year dividend guidance. CNXU Conexu Sciences Inc. skyrocketed 27% to 12.5. The healthcare stock jumped following a successful late-stage clinical trial for its new targeted oncology drug. RRGB Red Robin Gourmet Burgers Inc. climbed 23% to 6.1. The restaurant chain rallied after an activist investor disclosed a massive stake and pushed for immediate operational changes. PCLA Picocella Inc. ADR gained 22% to 5.9. The consumer discretionary company saw massive volume after announcing a strategic partnership to supply networking hardware to a major telecom provider. Mobia Medical Inc. surged 20% to 13.2. The stock popped on rumors of a potential buyout offer from a larger medical device conglomerate. Hoo Tech International Group Inc. advanced 20% to 9.7. The telecommunications firm rallied following a lucrative government contract win for rural broadband infrastructure. RDIB Reading International Inc. Class B rose 20% to 10.2. The entertainment company jumped after selling a portfolio of real estate assets for a significant premium. YFI White Fiber Inc. climbed 19% to 35.7. The finance stock benefited from a favorable analyst upgrade, highlighting its robust margin expansion. Silex Holding Co. gained 19% to 5.9. The healthcare company spiked after securing FDA fast-track designation for its non-opioid pain management therapy. SPCB Supercom Ltd. ordinary shares surged 19% to 12.2. The technology provider skyrocketed on news of a major multi-year software deployment with European border agencies. Top 10 losers. SNWV Sanuwave Health Inc. plunged 42% to 8.5. The healthcare company collapsed after the FDA abruptly rejected its primary wound care device application. Gildan Activewear Inc. tumbled 19% to 50.3. The apparel manufacturer plummeted after missing revenue estimates and slashing its forward guidance, citing weak consumer demand. Huntsman Corporation fell 17% to 13.2. The industrials company dropped sharply following a downgrade from a major investment bank over margin pressure concerns. XTI Inc. dropped 16% to 93.0. The tech firm slid as investors took profits following its recent massive run-up in the semiconductor space. PLBL Polybelly Group Ltd declined 13% to 7.6. The consumer stock fell after a disappointing earnings report revealed a slowdown in international sales growth. COE 51 Talk Online Education Group sank 13% to 17.5. The real estate and education company slumped amid new regulatory pressures impacting its core markets. MF International Limited dropped 13% to 6.1. The technology stock retreated following news of an unexpected executive departure and a delayed product launch. Elmet Group Co. fell 12% to 18.2. The industrial sector company took a hit after warning of severe supply chain disruptions impacting its Q3 output. El Adlai Norte Ltd declined 11% to 10.1. The healthcare stock sank after a secondary stock offering was priced at a steep discount to its recent closing levels. Ava Technologies Inc. tumbled 11% to 23.9. The tech company fell sharply as major institutional investors reduced their positions ahead of a key sector conference. Next trading session preview. The next trading session is Wednesday, June 17th. Tomorrow is a massive day for the markets as all eyes turn to the Federal Reserve. The central bank will announce its latest interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, where they are widely expected to keep rates unchanged at 3.5 to 3.75%. However, the real catalyst will be the release of the updated dot plot, which outlines policymakers' economic projections and rate path expectations for the rest of the year. Immediately following the decision, Kevin Warsh will host his very first press conference as the new Fed chair. Market volatility is expected to spike during this session as traders pass his every word for clues on future monetary policy. Before the opening bell, we will also get a look at U.S. retail sales data for May, which will provide vital insight into the health of the consumer. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, please note that the U.S. stock market will be entirely closed on Friday, the June 19th, in observance of the Juneteenth holiday. Because of this, options expiration has been moved up to Thursday, which could cause some accelerated choppiness as we head into the long weekend. Next session earnings schedule. Before the opening bell on Wednesday, June 17th, we have a few key corporate earnings to watch. Jabil Inc. is set to report, and investors will closely monitor their numbers to gauge the underlying demand for manufacturing services within the tech hardware space. Additionally, CarMax will deliver its quarterly results, providing a critical health check on the used car market and broader consumer spending trends. That covers your market brief for today. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's pre-market briefing. Trade safe, manage your risk, and I'll see you in the next one.